Okay, yeah, I'm late getting it out this week. It's been a really busy week, and I just had some technical issues too. So, looking forward to tomorrow night, Sunday night, the 31st guidepost on our pilgrimage. And we've been talking about love. What is the nature of love? How do we experience love? And it occurred to me that we might look at love from what is sort of the opposite perspective. Now, we know that in reality, there's no such thing as an opposite. Everything is connected to everything else. But sometimes we experience things in opposition to each other. Sometimes dualism is a kind of helpful lens by which to make distinctions, to say that, oh, this is not the same as that. So let's try looking at love from whatever its opposite might be. Now, in order to do that, for us to be able to see that something is the opposite of something else, we have to know what it is that we're in opposition to. So love is such a big concept that we're going to have to narrow it down a little bit. So I'm going to suggest to you that we use the definition of love as a quality that arises in a relationship in which we hold the other with unconditional positive regard, and we feel them extending to us that same regard. We love each other unconditionally. Right? So with that as sort of whatever was we're looking at the opposite of, the opposite then would be a relationship in which we experience something that is conditional. It's not a positive regard. There's something there that we say, oh, my treating you well is conditioned upon you being who I want you to be. And so we experience this condition of, well, if you really loved me, you would, or in some other way, the love comes with conditions. You only get that if. Or it may be that it's because we're talking about a relationship, a specific relationship, maybe it has to do with the nature of the relationship itself. Because sometimes people treat us not as a specific other, but as a kind of generalized other. Oh, you're one of those. You're of that race, gender, class, belief. And so we get lumped into a particular category. And it's out of that categorization of each other that we treat them the way we do. It may be high regard, it may be low regard, but in any case, it's about how we see them as a category of person rather than a specific other that we're relating to. Or we might think of love, the opposite of love, L-O-V-E, is E-V-O-L, evil. Evil, the opposite of love is evil. Evil is a condition in which there is a force, largely an unrecognizable force. We don't know where it's coming from, but it's something that intends to do harm to us. And that harm is done to us, it may be personally, maybe just designed for me, or it may be because I am the object of its scorn. So one of the characteristics of love is that we are the subjects of each other's love. Whereas an objectification says, oh, you are an object. You may be the object of my desire, but you're still an object. You're a thing, or something for me to use. And so my concern for you is not about your well-being, it's about my well-being, because I want to use you as an object in my life. In any case, these are just some kind of thoughts about what might be the opposite of love. So I want to suggest that for tomorrow night, for Sunday night, the 11th, that we be looking at what is our experience of a relationship in which we have the opposite of love. Who is it that's out to get me? Who do I not feel? Who don't I trust? Or what are the forces in my life that are treating me as though I'm an object for its own whatever? Okay. So, as a bonus, you'll see down below there's an excerpt from Richard Rohr's meditation from last week about resurrection. And maybe I should have included it last week, but I want you to just have that as something that you can be considering that conversation about resurrection. But in any case, be thinking about the opposite of love, how it arises for you, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.